Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And this morning I'm talking to Ian Reid, who's up in Scotland. Good morning, Ian.
Morning, how are you doing?
Not so bad, not so bad. I hope you had a good weekend.
I did. I got caught in the rain a couple of times, but apart from that,
Oh,
I'm okay.
yeah, me too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think most people must have done.
yeah, yeah.
But there we go. So my question that I ask everybody is, what is it you enjoy outside of work?
Oh, great question. Um, I well, there's lots of things I love. Um, I've got two dogs, so they take up a lot of my time, and they both went away for a groom yesterday, so we had to go on the
All
train.
smart now then.
So they're all smart. Yeah, the only downside was that we had to wait for them, so we went for a coffee, but where the coffee was, we got caught in the rain, so we
Oh.
spent the whole day waiting on the dogs basically. So, but yeah, it's yeah, they take up a lot of my time, and
Yeah.
I love exercising. I'm a bit of a film buff, and I read all the time, and I like the odd pint or two, but
Well,
not for a
that's
while,
quite
I
a
have to
good
say.
mix, isn't it? That's a quite a good mix, really.
Not all at the same time, it has to be said. I
Oh,
can't walk. I can't walk the dog, drink a beer, read a book, and watch a film at the same time. I have tried,
oh, that's
but
a
it
bit of
doesn't
a
work.
letdown.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry to disappoint your viewers as well.
So you say that you enjoy films. What sort of themed films? Is it a quite an eclectic mix, or is there a
Mhm.
sort of quite a sort of strict array that you like, or what? Tell me.
It's a mix, really. I kind of like something that's a bit more sort of um, something that makes you think. But
Mhm.
um, I'll watch anything, so whether it's an old film or a newer one, or foreign language films, British films, American, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'll just watch every individual one. You just go, yeah, that one was good. That one's rubbish. I
Hmm.
watched a film last night and switched it off about halfway through because I just went,
Oh,
nah, can't be doing with this one.
yes.
It was
I
just
mean, some
so
obviously
stupid.
yeah. I mean, you get those, don't you? That
Mm-hmm.
sort of don't really you sort of think, oh well, yeah, I think that's going to be really good. And sometimes those are the ones that actually turn out to not be the ones that are, grab you and think, oh yeah, that was
Mm.
really good
Yeah,
storyline and all the rest of it. So it I suppose it's a you have to watch them all to make that judgment.
you do. Yeah. So the one I watched last night, I think they wrote the script on a stamp,
Oh dear.
and then they still had plenty of room for things like their names and addresses and things. It was just terrible, but it
Oh, that's
happens.
a bit disappointing when you think, oh yeah, great, sit back, relax, and watch a film, and to find that halfway through, or maybe less, that it really didn't cut the mustard.
Yeah. The good thing about that is at least it's a nice way of relaxing. And I go, well, there's other things that could be doing. That's watching a film that's not very good is I could be out in the middle of the rain, or I
Yeah,
could be homeless, or I could be anything. So
yeah, it's
I'm
very
sitting in
true.
a warm house watching a film, albeit a
Yeah,
rubbish one. It's okay.
yeah, yes, yeah, anything like that is a positive in
Hmm.
comparison to a lot of things that people go through in life.
I kind
Um,
of try and look at the positive in life anyway,
yeah.
generally.
That's very true. It's very
Mm.
true. Do you watch films like a lot of people do? I'm not one of them, but to have a great following, like Star Wars, for instance. Are you sort of go down that route, or
I was when I was a kid. I liked them, but all the ones that have been made since, I think the first one was really good. The second one was quite good, and all the rest are just. uh, but the most recent ones, I could not even tell you anything about them because they were
oh,
so
okay.
not memorable at all.
Now
I could
isn't that
probably
a
watch them
shame?
again. It'd be
Because
like the first time.
yeah, but isn't that a shame? Because it kind they it sounds as if they've lost their way somewhat.
I think so. Yeah, I think they just kind of go, look what we can do with special effects, and it's wonderful. But
Yeah.
they go, you need a bit of a story to the story.
Mm,
The special effects should enhance the story rather than the story. The special effects coming first, then we'll say we'll just
yeah.
fit a story around it. Which I think sometimes happens with a lot of films. But
Mm. Yeah.
um, yeah,
Yes.
and then you just sit there and go, okay, it looks
Yes.
good,
That's
but
true. That's
you
true.
know,
Do you have any favorites? Do you have films that really stand out to you?
my favourite film of all time is It's a Wonderful Life, which I watch every Christmas because it's set at Christmas, or most of it's set at Christmas. And again, it's quite a positive. There's a negative part to it, but it ends quite positive, so I kind of like that.
Mm.
There's a few other films that I just really like. I'm just trying to think the last thing that I saw that I really did like. There
Oh
seems to
dear.
be, I watch a lot, but because the downside to watching a lot of films is that you kind of watch things and go, ah, and other people who maybe don't watch as much go, but that was good. So,
Yeah. I went to this is going back many years. I went to the cinema where I grew up in West Sussex. I now live in Essex, and I went to the cinema and went to see Cry Freedom. Have you seen that film?
oh yeah, yeah,
That had quite an impact on me. And the
yeah.
other film that is a standout is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
All right, okay. Aye, yeah. That was on TV just a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Oh, was it?
Aye, I didn't see it, but I think I saw it listed, or I'd heard it was on,
Mm.
or that. It's a good film, though. Good film.
Yes, I mean those two are really two standout. I mean, I'm not one for sitting down and watching a film, but they really,
Mhm.
they really grabbed me, as in, the
Good
sort of.
choices, I approve.
Oh well, I'm so pleased. Yeah, good, good. Yes, I mean, I'm not a great film watcher. Having said that, I did watch a trilogy of when the third Harry Potter film came out, and they ran it at the local cinema fairly close to me, and so the release of the third film couldn't be shown before midnight, so they showed the other two. So I think it was
Oh,
six.
right.
I think it was six
That'd be a
p.m.
long, that'd be a long night because they're quite longish films.
Yeah. So it was
Hmm.
6 p.m. to so midnight. I think it was something like 2 or 3 a.m. we'd finished.
Right. Okay.
So watched that, and the
Oh.
cinema was packed, and it was so popular that they had to open another screening at
Hmm.
the same time to
All right. Okay.
show them. So yeah,
Hmm.
and in between them, the films, everybody was sort of chatting about the film, and it was interesting to see local people who I didn't realise were film buffs at all
Hmm.
or Harry Potter buffs. But there were people that I knew at the cinema, so we had a time to sort of chat in between the films, and yeah, it was interesting. I've never done that before.
Hmm.
I think they're great films. I haven't read the book, so I'm not a great reader. I forget. I read a page and forget what I've read. But yeah,
Yeah.
that aside, I can talk for England sometimes. But there we are. Yes, so just a few films stand out to me.
Hmm.
But I think yes, it's. I think films are great, and the film industry in this country is quite something.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. Hmm.
They've got some real good winners, I think, and
Hmm.
I think on our local news there was um is it these short, I don't know, these short films, that there are awards, aren't there, for
Yeah.
short films with not very much budget, and I think
Hmm.
there was a local one to me that was filmed
All right.
relatively well near
Hmm.
somewhere in Essex, I think.
Right. Okay.
Yes, and I think they got an award. So
All right. Okay.
there's the creativity, isn't there, for filmmaking with young people.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. There was a film made. I'm sure it was last summer. I think just round the corner here because as you come out where I live, you've got the back way in Edinburgh. There's a great big viaduct, and we're filming something down there. I think it's some detective thing. It
Oh,
might have been
okay.
for television. I'm not entirely
Yeah,
certain, but
yeah.
it's normally just empty and it's lovely scenery. But there's like hundreds of people kicking about, So like, what's going on
Yes.
there? And I saw somebody with a camera. I was like, that's what's good. And then I read it
Yeah.
somewhere that they were filming something. So,
Attracted
mm-hmm.
in. Yes, and come to think of it, actually, where I used to drive for work, I used to go down the back way, so I didn't have to go on a main road, and there was a huge great lake, and I'd seen coming past, different times that they were building this sort of tower thing, and this sort of walkway onto the water, and apparently it was for a really big A-lister film.
Right,
Don't
okay.
ask me which film, I
Mm-hmm.
haven't a clue. But I came down one day coming back from work, and they were filming,
Mm-hmm.
and you see these people with great cloaks on just running off this plank into the water. So it must be obviously a section of a film.
Mm-hmm.
So presumably they sort of do sections here, there, and everywhere, and then piece it all together.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yes, it looked very interesting. This really sort of heavy clothed person, whether it be man or woman, I don't know, running along this plank into the water. So I don't know what film that was used for, but apparently it was for a big A-lister film. Yeah,
Interesting. All right, okay.
it is interesting where you see all these different um, action things happening in various places around the country, probably
Mm-hmm.
around the world, and have no clue as to what it's going to be in or on or TV or film or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It's always quite strange if you see somewhere that's local to you on television because you think, oh, there's the high street or there's, and it's
Yeah,
kind of strange doing that. To be fair,
yes. There was
um,
there was a TV program. I think it goes back to the now. Where are we now? I think it was early 2000s, and where I ended up living when I was married, it was called the Dengie Peninsula, and this program was on the BBC. It was called the Murder Games, and there
right, okay.
was uh, relatively close to Malden, a place called Munden, and you go up a sort of very narrow road up to a church which is centuries old, and next to the church was a field of petrified oak trees, and there were a number of these trees in this field, and they used at a different angle than just walking up the path and looking. It was obviously, they used the camera, a drone or
Mm-hmm.
whatever,
Yeah.
or on something, because I don't think drones were about then, or they may have been, I don't know. But yes, it was a great first screenshot of the games, and then it was filmed all around the local area. And
Okay.
yeah, it was quite a good program. I've never seen it. It was a one-off. It
Mm-hmm.
was a series, and they used all sorts of different areas of the Dengie and places in Malden as well, which is famous for its Malden salt, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was fascinating to sort of see all the different parts of the area. I must try and see. Maybe it's on YouTube. I don't know, but
Quite
yeah,
possibly, yeah.
yeah, it was
You
it was
often
very
find a lot
good.
of these older things that are sort of
Yes,
pop up and hidden away in the annals of YouTube somewhere.
yes, but yes, I think that you know, and very often, sometimes turning a book to a film, or a film taking a film that I don't know whether there have been any films that aren't a book to start with. Do you,
There'll be a few,
perhaps?
yeah, because people
Yeah,
just write, you know, screenwriters will just write original things. But
yeah. So
I
whether
often find
whether
if I've
the
read the book and then watch the film's never as good. Very
Yes, well, a
rarely.
lot of people say that, don't they? That
Mm-hmm.
they've read the book, and oh yeah, it'd be great to see the film, and then people have been left disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been like that with the Ian Rankin Rebus books, the detective stories that are set in Edinburgh. That's been made into a TV show, I think, 2 or 3 times now. I've
Mm,
never watched an episode of it because I just don't want to. Just because I don't see the people that play the part as the character in my head. And I
Yeah,
think if I start watching it and then he brings a new book out, I'll be reading the book and seeing that actor playing the part rather than
yeah,
I don't really want to do that.
yeah. So you don't want to ruin it, really, do you?
Yeah, that's it.
Sort of
I
the
enjoy
images
the
that are.
books as they are. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But it's been an absolute fascinating conversation about films, and there's me saying I don't sit down and watch film much, but it turns out that I
Turns out you
do.
have. Yeah,
But
you heard it
yes,
here first, folks.
yeah,
Carlin has watched
yes,
films.
I've been fibbing.
Yeah, yeah. I knew
I knew
it.
it. Yes, absolutely. But yes, it's been a great pleasure learning a little bit more about you outside of our networking meetings.
Yeah,
And there may be room for another conversation about something else you do, perhaps in the future. So
yeah.
thank you very
Sounds
much
good.
today, Ian, for
Thanks
joining
very
me.
much. Thank you.